We finally have an update about Mitchell Robinson and his contract extension with the Knicks. According to an NBA insider, they reported that the Knicks would be willing to offer Mitchell Robinson a team-friendly deal. However, Mitchell Robinson may want something more substantial. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. Mitchell Robinson extension update. I feel like for the last few weeks, it's been all about free agency, but contract extensions are equally important this offseason. We already know about Mikal Bridges, but everyone has been waiting on an update about Mitchell Robinson and his extension. Thankfully, we have an update on that situation. Shout out to James L. Edwards of The Athletic for finally giving us an update about Mitchell Robinson and his contract extension with the Knicks. According to Edwards, he answers the following question regarding Mitchell Robinson and if he'll finish the season as a Knick. According to Edwards, the oft-injured big man was one of the most dominant players in the postseason, and he's currently eligible for a contract extension. Edwards continues here by stating, well, the Knicks know Robinson better than anyone, and he's been unable to stay on the court due to various injuries. I've gotten the sense that New York would be willing to sign Mitchell Robinson to a team-friendly extension that covers them in the event he continues to get hurt. On the flip side, I'm sure that Mitchell Robinson continues to point to his performances in the postseason, and he believes he can get one more nice deal from the Knicks or someone else if he's able to stay healthy in a contract year. I mean, this update makes the most sense. Of course, the Knicks want to keep Mitchell Robinson a part of this team. They remember his impact during the postseason, and when healthy, he is one of the best players on the floor for New York. But that's the key word, isn't it? When healthy. And that's why the Knicks want to sign Mitchell Robinson to a team-friendly deal. Because of his injury history. They never know when he's going to get injured again, when he's going to have to miss more time, when he's going to need some load management or anything like that. And if that happens, there is nobody on the roster that can replace Mitchell Robinson. But obviously, the reason why the Knicks are trying to get a team-friendly deal done is because you never know with his injury history when he's going to get hurt and have to miss significant time again. We're not going to review every piece of information listed here, but James L. Edwards of The Athletic did a great job of breaking down both sides of the argument here. Why Mitchell Robinson would want more money and why the New York Knicks would be hesitant to give him more money. According to Edwards, Mitchell Robinson told the press multiple times last season that he's invested more time and money into his body. And if you're doing that, if you're Mitchell Robinson, then if you're spending money on your body to get better, improve your game, and make sure you can stay healthy for a longer period of time, you're going to need to get that money back. How do you get that money back? With a very good and significant contract extension. But let's continue here. Robinson believes that if he can get through the bulk of a season again without any major injury, that's a positive for him. And likely, if he can do that, that's going to go a long way for the Knicks and the contract extension they end up giving him. Regarding New York, would the Knicks want to bring back Mitchell Robinson? I think we already answered that question, but James L. Edwards solidifies that point. He reports the following. Would New York like to bring Mitchell Robinson back beyond next season? I'm sure they would for the right price. I'm just not sure the Knicks are even willing to give out a contract similar to the one Robinson is currently on right now, due to the fact that he hasn't been available for a large part of the last 3 seasons. the team has to consider its financial situation going forward. And not everyone on the roster can get paid. So in a way, it does sound like the Knicks are kind of stuck here. They want to keep Mitchell Robinson for many, many, many years. They likely want Mitchell Robinson to retire a Knick. However, there are some obstacles in their way. The main one is money. Mitchell Robinson wants this amount. The Knicks want to give him this amount. And honestly, we can see both perspectives, and they both make sense. But for New York, and the main reason I'm leaning more toward New York is because I understand their perspective a lot more than Mitchell Robinson. Even though he's investing into his body and trying to remain healthy and actually staying healthy, those are two different things. And New York has to invest in what they know, not what they think is going to happen. And what they know is what they've seen. And what they've seen is Mitchell Robinson and his concerning injury history. Because let me tell you this, there is another way out of the situation that does not result in a contract extension given by the Knicks to Mitchell Robinson. And that's if the Knicks trade Mitchell Robinson at the trade deadline for this upcoming season. And I'm not the only one who's suggesting this. James L. Edwards of The Athletic, he noticed this too, and he reported the following on this situation. According to Edwards, the most fascinating scenario that could present itself during the season is if Robinson doesn't miss time leading up to the trade deadline and is as dominant during the first 35 games of the regular season as he was during the playoffs. If that happens, will the Knicks capitalize on his play and expiring contract and trade him then? Or would New York keep him to continue their title chase and not break up the chemistry, the continuity, and risk losing him in free agency? There are pros and cons to both in this scenario. Mitchell Robinson, his health, and his future with the organization will be one of the more intriguing underlying storylines of this coming season in New York. I think everybody at this point understands my stance on the Knicks and trades. Do not make any type of trades unless the other player you're getting back is an all-star, a superstar, a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. If that's not the trade we're talking about, don't trade any players. Try to keep these players. With Mitchell Robinson, hopefully the Knicks and Robinson can come together and work on a deal that makes sense for both parties. In my opinion, the best type of deal is the one that's a team-friendly deal. A team-friendly deal keeps costs low, keeps Mitchell Robinson as part of the Knicks. He likely retires a Knick if he gets this next contract from New York. But even more than that, they keep him as part of this Knicks roster. They keep his impact. And more than anything else, one of the main reasons the Knicks are favored to go all the way to the NBA Finals, in large part, is because of Mitchell Robinson, his offensive rebounds, but more than that, his defense and how he helps anchor the Knicks defense when he's on the floor for New York, how he plays with Karl Anthony Towns, how he plays with this entire roster, and the chemistry he's already built with this entire team. It's important, and that alone, it's worth investing in. And as I said earlier, one of the main reasons the Knicks are favored to go all the way in the Eastern Conference Finals is because of Mitchell Robinson. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us these updated odds on who's going to win the Eastern Conference this upcoming season. As we can see here, the Cavaliers, they're still #1 at +230. Right after them are the New York Knicks at +280. Then you got the Orlando Magic at +500, the Hawks at +950, the Pistons at +1200, and the 76ers also at +1200. Now, some people, when they see these odds, they think because of these odds, Cleveland must be a better team than the Knicks. And that's not true at all. And I can prove that instantly. Once again, shout out the channel sponsor FanDuel for giving us this following information and the latest odds on who's going to win the Christmas Day showdown between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the New York Knicks. Even though the Cavs have the best odds to win the East, the New York Knicks against the Cleveland Cavaliers in this matchup, the odd makers, FanDuel, Vegas, they all believe that the Knicks are the favorites in this matchup against the Cavaliers. The money line supports this. The Knicks are at minus 142 and the Cavaliers are at plus 120. Just because the Cavs have the better odds in terms of winning the East, that does not mean, it could never mean, that they're a better team than New York. But one of the main reasons the Knicks would likely win that matchup is because of Mitchell Robinson, because of his defense, because of his ability to grab rebounds, block shots, and put that opposing fear into opposing players trying to enter the paint. Mitchell Robinson, his impact, it's important. And that's why the Knicks want to keep him as part of this team, but only if it's for the right price. But what about you guys? What do you think about New York wanting to offer Mitchell Robinson a team-friendly deal, but honestly, Robinson likely wanting to look the other way and trying to get another substantial deal before the end of his career? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.